Brandi Glanville, known from The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, is facing criticism after sharing a beauty method involving hair removal cream on her face. The television personality has been documenting her experience with a facial condition since 2023 and has theorized that a microscopic organism is responsible. She suggested that using a certain product on her face agitated what she believes is residing beneath her skin. However, many viewers are not convinced. In a recent social media post, Glanville stated that this product is a fountain of youth and encouraged her followers to avoid costly treatments. She explained that the perceived organism became reactive when her face was exfoliated. Yet in the same video, Glanville admitted that she overdid it and left the hair removal cream on longer than recommended. In the caption, she advised fans against using the cream for more than 7 minutes and mentioned using aloe vera, cucumber, and black tea to comfort her skin. This unconventional tip has sparked considerable concern, with many of Glanville's followers suggesting she may have experienced a skin reaction. Comments included pleas to "please don't do anything that's not recommended by a professional doctor," with others echoing the sentiment, "irresponsible to post this to encourage people to do it." Brandi Glanville is finally receiving some answers about her facial condition. The news comes shortly after Glanville provided an update on her 2-year-long challenge with her unexplained facial condition. In late July, she shared on social media that she had been consulting a specialist in New York who was finally offering insights. Glanville expressed her gratitude to Dr. Michael R. Scoma and commended him for his willingness to assist her recovery. She shared her anticipation to live again once her treatment is finished. In an earlier discussion, Glanville mentioned her belief that her condition might have originated from something she consumed while filming a reality show in Morocco in July 2023. She disclosed spending over $70,000 on various remedies, none of which provided a lasting solution. "I've been on medication this whole year. I don't socialize," she added. Glanville claimed she could sense movement within her face. Despite numerous medical visits, she expressed frustration over not receiving a definitive diagnosis for the mysterious condition. A few days later, the television personality posted on social media to reveal that she had reversed previous cosmetic procedures in her face to aid in addressing her facial concerns. According to reports, a plastic surgeon believes her facial issues are due to an internal process or a reaction to something she's had introduced. A Lara stood before the vanity mirror, the harsh bathroom light illuminating every flaw, every uneven patch of skin. It had been 2 years since she last truly recognized the face staring back at her. The face that had once graced the covers of magazines, sparkling with an almost unnatural vivacity, was now a canvas of uncertainty. The public knew her as a television personality, a woman whose life was an open book, but this chapter, this long, agonizing one, was a mystery even to her. It had started after a trip to a remote, sun-scorched country for a new reality show. She had brushed it off as a bad reaction to a spicy dish, or maybe the unfamiliar climate. But the small, angry rash on her cheek had spread, a creeping, persistent annoyance that no cream or prescription could quell. It wasn't just a rash, it felt different. She would sometimes feel a faint, pulsing sensation beneath her skin, a subtle shifting, like something was gently stretching and retracting. Doctors had been no help. A simple autoimmune response, one had said. A reaction to your cosmetic injections, a plastic surgeon had suggested. The bills mounted, a testament to her desperation, totaling well over $70,000 for treatments that did nothing but leave her more frustrated and alone. She withdrew from her social life, from the very world that had once been her stage. Her lowest point came after a particularly soul-crushing online consultation. The doctor, a man who looked at her through a screen with an air of practiced indifference, had suggested her symptoms were likely psychosomatic. The word, psychosomatic, rang in her ears like a curse. It meant she was making it up, that it was all in her head. A wave of fury, cold and sharp, washed over her. It was in a moment of sheer, unadulterated desperation that she latched onto a fleeting, unscientific theory. What if it wasn't her body acting against itself, but something else? A living thing? She started experimenting, looking for a way to get it to surface, to prove she wasn't crazy. Online, she stumbled upon a community of people who believed certain cosmetic chemicals could provoke hidden organisms. In a fit of reckless hope, she tried a facial hair removal cream. She remembered the instructions warned against using it for more than 10 minutes. In her haste, her need for an immediate result, she had left it on for almost 20. The feeling of agitation beneath her skin was unmistakable, a frantic, prickly sensation that made her feel justified. But when she rinsed it away, the skin underneath was raw, angry, and burned. The online community that she had found was not supportive. They were concerned. Comments poured in, accusing her of being irresponsible and dangerous. "Please don't do anything that's not recommended by a professional doctor," one person had pleaded. The digital judgment stung more than the chemical burn. She was a woman in a glass house, and they were throwing stones at her bleeding face. She realized with a sickening lurch that she was no longer a person to them, but a spectacle. Just as she was ready to give up, to accept this damaged face as her new reality, a message landed in her inbox from a follower she didn't know. It was short and to the point. "Please look into Dr. Adrian Scoma in New York. He works with cellular vibrational resonance." The name felt like a final lifeline. She booked the earliest possible appointment. Dr. Scoma's office was not what she expected. There were no sterile white walls or the cold, antiseptic scent of a traditional clinic. The room was warm, filled with soft light and the quiet hum of machinery. Dr. Scoma himself was a gentle man with kind eyes who, for the first time in 2 years, truly listened. She told him everything: the Moroccan trip, the creeping sensation, the frustrating doctors, the failed hair removal cream. She spoke of her belief that something was living beneath her skin, and instead of scoffing, he nodded. "The body is a complex ecosystem, Alara," he said, his voice low and soothing. "We are a collection of vibrations. What you're experiencing is not a conventional parasite. It is an extremely rare symbiotic organism. It's what we call a vibrational parasite. It feeds on subtle energy and thrives in a state of disharmony. Your immune system, trying to fight it, is what's causing the surface-level inflammation. The movement you feel, that's the organism reacting to a shift in its environment." He explained that his treatment didn't involve medication that would poison the body or lasers that would burn the surface. He would use sound waves and specific vibrational frequencies to create a resonance that would make the organism uncomfortable enough to leave her body on its own, without causing her any further harm. It was a completely unconventional approach, and Alara found herself clinging to it with every ounce of her being. Her first treatment was surreal. She lay on a table in a dimly lit room as soft, humming frequencies filled the air. She felt a deep, almost spiritual sense of peace wash over her. It was as if her body, for the first time in years, was finally listening to a melody it had forgotten. Over the next few weeks, the angry redness began to fade. The strange, internal pulse that had become her constant companion vanished. She started to feel like her old self again, not just on the outside, but inside. She returned to social media, not with a fountain of youth boast, but with a message of hope. She shared a picture of her healing skin, not for validation, but as a testament to her journey. She spoke about the specialist who had believed her, who had seen past the surface-level symptoms and had found a true solution. The comments she received this time were different. They were full of support, gratitude, and empathy. One day, standing in front of that same bathroom mirror, she finally saw a familiar face. It was her own. She could smile without the fear of pain. laugh without the memory of frustration. Her journey was not over, but for the first time, she had hope. The strange vibration was gone, replaced by the quiet, steady hum of her own life, finally beginning again. This story reinterprets the news article as a fictional narrative, using a similar plot structure but adding a creative, speculative twist to the microscopic organism theory. It turns the medical struggle into a journey of self-discovery and a search for a more profound kind of healing. If you'd like, we can explore what happens next in Alara's story, or we could write a story from a different character's perspective, like Dr. Skoma's.